Check, check. The mic is working. Okay, we are good to go. Hello everyone and welcome again to our space here in Lies Crypto community. I'm Alexander and I'm going to be your host for today. We are going to host the project Lithium and we are going to have a discussion about some important information you guys need to know about the project and the team. So let me welcome our guests.
Hey Alexander, how are you?
Hi man, how are you? How are you doing?
Yes, very well, thank you. Excited to be on and get stuck into Lithium and the partnership with Wise.
We are so glad to have you here guys for today. So we will wait for some people to join in and then we will start. Is that okay with you?
Perfect, that sounds good to us.
Okay, let's go. So the AMA is going to be an introduction about you guys, the project, and the team. Then we will talk about. We will have the first segment, which is a question from the comments. Then we will have the second segment, which is live question from the voice chat. So you guys are in the picture right now.
Perfect.
Okay. So the idea of the project is quite unique, and I'm gonna ask you guys to give us the general look about the project and the idea of the project. And but as a starter, we are going to talk about the team. How many are you guys, and who is in your team as a starter?
Sure, perfect. So I'll give you a brief rundown of the team that we have here at Lithium. There are two co-founders, myself, Ben, and Tom, and we essentially oversee the operations, the products, the strategy, and the direction for the platform. And then we have two other full-time employees, our lead developer, Badger, and our sort of go-to everything. He does our operations, our account management, Sebastian, who our clients and community members know very well.
Awesome. So where did you get the idea of the project, and how you guys started your journey in the crypto space? I want to introduce you more to the community before we start talking about the project. So it's important for people to know how you get started all this.
Mm-hmm. So Tom and I went to university together in the UK, and where in our studies we stumbled across Bitcoin, Ethereum, probably very similar entry to many people on this call. Became fascinated with the concept of Ethereum as essentially a computer, something that you can build applications on top of, and the concept of decentralization, ownership, etc., was something that was a huge driver for us to explore the space further. Further from this, we both left university, went our separate ways, worked in various startups in London, and then came back to create Lithium, which began as an IDO platform. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with Lithium back in the day, but essentially it was a competitor to the likes of Communitas, BSC Pad, etc. And we focused mainly on raising capital from retail investors for projects that we worked with.
Great, awesome. So we have to get more about you guys now. We will move on to the next segment, which is a question from our community. We will start with the first question. Is that good with you? You want to say anything before we start?
No, all good. Yeah, we can continue.
Okay, so the first question is from Melly CK. Could you explain us about the achievement? Oh no, we will start with that one. I'm sorry. Okay, so we will start. The problem now is that most people evaluate project based on their symbolic value, not the technology or the future the project has. How does the founder of added additional value to his investor so more people understand the value of the project rather than the price?
Yeah, so this is something that we've actually been addressing for quite a while. We found that when we were a launch pad, what happens is you tend to get people that come in and they're entirely speculative on token price action. In this space, a lot of the technology is very nascent. The adoption isn't there yet, so the token price we see largely as sort of irrelevant based on in comparison to the team and the technology and what they're trying to build and achieve. So we have pivoted the platform to this community SaaS solution, and essentially what we're trying to do is match users with projects that they're interested in and projects with users that are going to add tangible value to the team, to the project and what they're trying to achieve. And this is essentially a way that projects can reward users, such as the people in here, for effort contributed to the project. So that can be anything from engaging with them on socials, it can be testing games and betas, MVPs, leaving feedback on technical documentation, designs, whatever it may be. And we facilitate the incentivization by allowing projects to distribute rewards, whether it's USDC, native tokens, NFTs, Discord roles, so on and so forth. And we find that this is a way that the projects we work with have been able to gain more traction in the long term than simply having a community of speculators. So we're really trying to tap into the fact that this is a space that is growing in maturity, and that just a token price isn't, a determinant of a project's value or success.
I understand. Makes sense. So, before we move on to the next question, I want to ask when did you start the project, and when did you start working on it, and when it actually launched?
So we started working on the project early 2021. The MVP went live, I think, sort of May 2021, and we pivoted to the platform that it is now, sort of August, September 2022. So it's been a journey from simply raising capital to really focusing on engaging communities and helping projects establish that traction.
Awesome. So we will move to the next question now. Could you explain us about the achievement you have made? It's the appropriate question now, since you mentioned when you started. Could you mention us the achievement you have made for now, and also your object for the next year? What are your plans for growth, and what are your main goal elements right now?
So there's a few things that we're focusing on as a business. Gamification is a big one from the user perspective. So we want people to come onto the platform whilst they're exploring and discovering the projects that we work with. We want to make sure that the user experience is fun, engaging, sticky, rewarding, and keeps people on the platform and having fun and earning rewards whilst they do so. So that's a big focus for us in 2023. So expect to see a lot of iterations around gamification. We should have one coming out this week with leaderboards. So every project in community will have a competitive element to it, and users can gain XP and be the highest gainers in a community, etc., whilst earning rewards on top of that. Secondly, it is about accessibility and becoming more frictionless, allowing more projects to onboard seamlessly, as opposed to the sort of setup we have now. So that's on the sort of supply side, meaning that we have a lot more projects for users to explore in the coming months, and we're able to onboard them in a more timely fashion. And then over and above that, we have some exciting things with other technologies that we're going to incorporate on the platform, which we can't give too much away, but it's going to essentially look at personalizing the experience for every user that comes on the platform. So every user will have a different onboarding journey and user flow to another one.
That is great. So he goes for the next year. I'm gonna ask you about one thing. It's not from the comments, but when you cooperate with some project, you do that on what base? What test do you do to this project and the team before you get them listed on your website and start working with them? And when you do that, do you consider that as a partnership or it's just a business? Or
so I mean,
you got me right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so it varies. So with Wise, for example, this is something that we consider a partnership. It's about supporting your community, giving them access to the rewards dashboard, competitions, things like that, just to give them a location in which they can accumulate their rewards, see their earnings, and enter into Wise competitions with a bit more engagement. Outside of that, we always view our clients as partners. At the end of the day, we're helping them to achieve their objectives, whatever it may be. So whether it's pre-raise, post-raise, we always try and help them define a long-term strategy in which they can hit their objectives. So whether that's primarily building out socials, if it's getting beta testers on their platform so they can get hours in on games, if it's discovering bugs, whatever it may be, we always try and work with them very closely to ensure they achieve those objectives. So yeah, regardless of whether it's a partnership such as the one we have with you guys, or if they're a paying client, we always view it as a partnership.
Great, awesome. So I wanted to make that clear because I think it's an important point of view. So moving on to the next question is from Zeke. He is asking, do you have any plans to add NFT to your ecosystem? This is as it is the hottest topic in the crypto space right now.
Yes, so this is sort of a multifaceted approach. We are going to have NFTs on the Lithium ecosystem. And that will range from the projects we work with, their NFTs. So, NFTs as rewards, NFTs being able to buy on a sort of mint basis. And then we're also going to be releasing Lithium NFTs. And these specific NFTs are going to have utility within our ecosystem specifically. So you will be able to come on, buy an NFT with Lithium coins or mint one through burning XP, whatever it may be, the mechanism to gain an NFT. And this could give you power-ups, it could give you discounts on raises, it could give you a whole load of things. And then hopefully as well, you can use them as PFPs on the leaderboards and other things like that. So yeah, there will be NFT integration, probably looking at sort of Q2, Q3 this year for that integration.
Okay, awesome. So do you have any more information to give about this NFTs drop? For example, like how many pieces or the value of this NFTs, or let us talk about a unique utilities that it will be added for this NFTs holder. Do you have any information to give about that?
Sure. So in terms of the value, it's going to essentially be determined. We're going to have an open marketplace whereby if a user earns an NFT as reward but doesn't want to use it, they can list it on the marketplace and someone else can buy that in either our native token IONs or in USDC, whatever it may be. So this is going to be largely determined by the market and what the demand is for that particular power up and the engagement on the platform. So and in terms of supply, we haven't determined it yet, but I'm sure there's going to be sort of different series of releases. So it's going to be an ever-growing ecosystem, and with the burn functionality as well, NFTs will be going out of circulation as well as in.
All right, awesome. So we will move now to the next question, as we talked a little bit a while ago about the partnership. So this question is from Jen. He is asking, I saw the partnership important to Lithium, and you recently partnered with SolX. So could you tell us more about the factors that were key to making the partnership happen. That was key to make the partnership happen. And also the capability and vision the SolX team has for Lithium ecosystem in the long term.
Sure. So,
You get the question?
yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
So the SolarX
Yeah.
team are a really interesting group of guys from Germany. They have extensive backgrounds in sort of nascent technology, blockchain, and crypto, and they've already won awards in Germany for the SolarX product. What we found to be super interesting was their sort of unique take on DEXs or AMMs, and they've got a few innovative protocols around multi-token LPs. So as you go onto, for example, PancakeSwap or QuickSwap or whatever it may be, the LP is stored in different smart contracts. The way SolarX are going to do it is with a sort of innovative balancing system whereby you can have multiple native tokens in one LP, which we thought was incredibly interesting. And again, this is for us something of good personal interest is innovation within this space. So SolarX was a logical sort of partner for us to work with. They're early stage, they've got a small community, but they've got a great team and a great vision for the tech they're going to be building. So this is going to be a hugely exciting partnership. I think they're looking to sort of TGE and raise in about 3 months. So expect a lot of activity between the two of us from now till then.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So, for the people who are listening right now, you can go check the website and the Telegram for Lithium project, so you can get your question ready for the voice question right now. We will move on to the last question from the comments. It's from Naughty K. Could you share what are the new updates that Lithium is implementing from all areas? Where are your plans for the future, and what have been your biggest success and failure? I think you answered a little bit of this question.
Yeah, we've kind of brushed on that. I can go over it again. I mean, in terms of failures in this space, you know, everything is moving at such a fast pace. We as a team look to iterate in weekly sprints. So for us, a metric of success is ensuring we have a new product feature or an iterated product feature out every week. You know, this doesn't always work, so it's very much a testing thing. We might release something, it doesn't gain a lot of traction, or it doesn't function as we initially expected, and then it's just trying to take learnings from these sort of failures, if you were, to ensure that when we readdress the situation and release an alternative, that we've learned sufficiently enough to ensure that the new update does what we expect and what the users want. But yeah, I mean, there's no real failures in this space as long as you take learnings and keep striving to improve and ensure that you listen to the users and the clients who at the end of the day are the reason that the platform exists in the first place.
Awesome. That's the spirit. So before we are moving to the live question, I want to ask about the future. There's some question of mine. I will ask them. There's no problem. About the future that your project gave to investor. What is this feature? So why people can just go and participate in this project you listed or you started working with without using your project? What advantage does it give them?
I didn't quite understand the question. Sorry. Can you say it again?
Yeah. So I mean, when you why people need to use your project to get access to other project? That's simply the question. What features
Right.
do you have in your project that will give them advantage?
Sure. Okay. So, what differentiates us from sort of a typical launchpad is our sort of long-term community approach. So whether it be, you know, watching videos, answering quizzes, we really sort of double down on learning about the projects we work with and promote to our community. Because at the end of the day, we're here to sort of facilitate this adoption curve, and people coming on and just buying a token doesn't do anything for the space, for the project, or for the user really at the end of the day. We think that blockchain and tokenization gives this sort of joining of utility and ownership. So if you're going to be buying a token, we think you should really be using it for its utility. So that's one of the biggest things, that users come onto our platform, find a project, and really get to know what it does, if it's for them, and then if it is, they can get more allocation in the raise, buy the token, stake it, use it in their platform, so on and so forth. So I think that's the biggest thing for us, is that we're here to facilitate adoption and utility rather than just sell tokens.
Awesome. Thank you for answering my question. Now we will move to the live question, and I think it will be better if you pick the people that want to ask. Are you good with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to pick?
Fine. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Do I have to? I can't unmute them, but if you can see them, Max.
Yeah. Okay, Max. Yeah, approve. Max, you are good to speak right now. Go and ask your question, Max.
Can hear you,
yeah. Please go ahead.
All right. My question, I want to know, do you have like a deflationary mechanism to maintain the token price in terms of inflation?
Yeah, so the way our token works is it's essentially an access pass, like a loyalty plan. When we released it, it's not one of these tokens which over time emits more tokens into the supply. Everything's there to be bought because we don't see that limiting access to the platform in terms of the additional benefits is intuitive. So anyone can come onto our platform and use it. You don't need to be a token holder. Staking the token on the platform will give you sort of extra perks, power-ups, rewards, etc. But it's not a necessity to interact with the Lithium ecosystem. We're actually looking at addressing the tokenomics as well, since we haven't changed them from when we were just the launchpad. So we will be releasing sort of updates on new features and tokenomics in the coming weeks and months.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Max, for asking. Now you can start and pick the other question.
Should we go with Mario?
Mario, let's go, Mario. You're good to speak now, Mario? Okay, let's go. Let's hear your question. Mario, are you there?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Ask your question.
I just want to know, is there something new you intend to add to your website, like new services? If yes, what are them? How will you contribute?
I didn't really get the question. Did you get the question?
I didn't hear it quite well enough, no.
Yeah, please repeat your question, Mario.
Okay. So I just want to know, is there new services and product you intend to add to your site? If yes, what are they and how will you contribute?
Yes. So sort of as mentioned previously, there's going to be a massive gamification overhaul. So there's going to be leaderboards, competitions. There's going to be a store where you can essentially trade your coins for the rewards. So it's almost like a race to the top. The more you engage with a project, the more coins you earn, and the better rewards in the project store you can purchase or redeem against. That's just one of the things we're doing. The NFT aspect, as mentioned earlier, is going to sort of gamify the platform a lot more. And there's a few other things that we've got in the roadmap, which I'm sure we'll be able to talk about closer to the time. But right now, under development, so keeping them close to our chest.
Okay, got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mar, for asking your question, and thank you for responding to him. You can pick the other one. Yeah, the next one.
Sure. Shall we go with Tarzan?
Tarzan. Just a second to find him. Yeah, let's go Tarzan. Funny name. Tarzan, can you speak now? Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Turn on your mic before you speak.
Okay.
Tarzan.
So my question is, what are your plans in the near future? Do you have any strategy to attack a new investor to your platform and keep them long time?
Yeah, so sort of similar to the last question, the gamification is the biggest thing. But yeah, I think we've essentially already answered that.
Okay, thank you, Tarzan, for asking. Pick the next one, please.
Let's go with Fortune.
Hello, can I ask one more
What's his
question?
name again? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so partnership is always an important factor for every project. Partnership you guys doing is great one. So how can we individual benefit from it?
I think you wasn't listening for us during the AMA, so I'll put you on mute. Sorry for that. You can pick the next question.
Yeah, let's go with Fortune still.
Fortune. I can't see him.
I think he's got a Vikings-esque profile picture.
Okay. Just a second. The host, if you can see him, please put him in mute. I can find him here.
I don't think I can change his mute status or not. If not, we can go with Aquanox. It's got the Rick and Morty.
Yeah, okay, let's go. I like Rick and Morty. I hope he's got a good question. Let's go. You can ask now.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Go ahead.
Okay. So I have found 3 locking period pool on for IONS token, such as 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. So like, how I will get benefit if I locked my IONS token any of this pool?
So if you, probably for the clearest indication of what you get, if you go to the footer of our website and click on the find a membership plan for me, it will detail sort of the weightings of reward distribution and so on and so forth. So the current way the tokenomics is set up, we work in charging cycles. So we do 2, which is admitted every 8 hours, one of them, and then one is done based on the transactional volume of the market cap, and then these are redistributed at the end of each cycle. Based on how much you've staked and for how long, you will receive different weightings of IONS tokens, USDC rewards, and also increase your base allocation in the raises. So they're sort of some high level benefits that you can achieve and get straight away. And again, we're going to be doing a huge tokenomics overhaul with more features, functionality, benefits, etc. That will be aligned to these different staking options.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
Okay, thank you, Morty fan, to ask your question now. The owner just sent me a DM saying 5 questions from live question, so you can pick 2 more.
Okay,
Cool.
perfect.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Let's go
Okay.
with hot pizza. That's another good one.
Hot pizza. Yeah, let's go hot pizza. You can ask your question.
Hello, good day, everyone.
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for bringing me up. It's been an informative AME session, I must say. So my question is about, I want to know, like, does your platform operate globally? Like, can anyone have access to your platform's services anywhere without any restriction?
So, I mean, yes and no. Anyone can access the community side of things, engage in missions and earn rewards. However, on the raise side of the platform, there are obviously restrictions based on specific regulation in jurisdictions. So, I mean, certain countries, Russia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and quite a few others, you're unable to participate in the raises, unfortunately. But I mean, as regulation improves and accessibility to these things improve, I'm sure places will start unlocking. But for the vast majority of people, you're able to use every function of our platform.
All right, thank you so much. I wish you good luck in your project, and I would like to be part of your community.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome to come on and join the Telegram. We have probably one of the best moderator groups, to be honest. So any questions you have, they will take care of you. And to be honest, they probably know more about the platform than we do. So you'll be in good hands.
Okay, thank you, Hot Pizza, for asking your question. It was a good question, though, because I noticed in the white paper that there is some country bans, and I should have asked about that. Okay, so picking the last question, you can choose.
Last question. Let's make it a good one, shall we? Let's go with. Is it Blue Moon? They're crying, so let's give them a go.
Blue Moon. You told me the name is Blue Moon?
Blue Moon, yeah, I think.
I don't
Although when I click on it, it says Dixon Web3 Wall, so maybe they've just changed their username. Okay, let's go with someone else. Let's go with Frank. Big caps,
okay, Frank.
Yeah.
Frankie, let's go. You can ask your question. I already approved you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Thanks for bringing me up. Actually, my question is, I want to know about your project. Do you have is it like barrier in your project? Like, do you have special communities for other languages, whether in your Discord or your Telegram groups?
Unfortunately, we don't. This is something that we probably will be implementing this year at some point. So we have strategies to onboard clients and users, which will be implemented in the next couple of months. And when the community grows sufficiently to the point it needs separation, we will have different groups for the main speaking languages within the community.
Okay. I have one more question. Can I ask?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I want to know which of your social medias are you most active on, so that we can get the latest updates and progress of your project.
Sure. So
it's a good one.
There's probably three main ways. Actually, four. So the Twitter we're pretty active on. In Twitter we do sort of short form thread announcements And then every week we cover projects we work with, we cover updates from the Lithium side of things on products, etc. We do longer form on Medium, so all the announcements go on Medium articles. We announce and discuss everything in the Telegram, so you can engage with the community, ask questions, anything that you want to let us know in person. And then finally, you're able to subscribe to our email newsletter, which is either at the top of our Twitter profile, or you can subscribe with your email address on our live pool. So Lithium's pool on the website. You put your email in there and you can get all the updates straight to your inbox.
Wow, that's really great. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you for coming in and asking your question. And thank you for answering that two questions of him. So before we end it up for today, do you have anything, last word to say for the community and the people are listening right now?
No, just thank you for a good AMA, some really good questions. It'd be good to see you guys over on our Twitter and the Telegram. And if you want to start earning rewards and discovering projects, go over to the website. You don't even need to connect your wallet. You can connect to Twitter, Discord, whatever it may be, and then start completing missions and earning rewards straight to your profile.
Okay, that is awesome. Thank you, man.